안녕하세요 학생들, Madeline 선생님입니다. Hey guys, this is Madeline teacher and this is my goodbye video. Alright, so as I'm sure many of you have heard, I am going to be leaving my current high schools as well as Bolsong in general on August 20th. I meant to record this video a lot sooner, but to be completely honest, I have been avoiding making it because every time I think about it and I think about what I want to say, I start to get really upset and really sad. So 2 years ago, back when I was in the USA, I wasn't terribly unhappy, but I also wasn't happy, and I was really unsatisfied with that. So I knew I had to do something to inspire myself, and obviously, as you can guess, I came to Bolsong, South Korea, which is how I ended up here being your teacher. It was a really big life choice for me to pack up everything from my own native country, leave by myself, leave all of my family, leave all of my friends, take only the money that I had, and move to another country where I didn't speak the language, I didn't know a lot about the culture, and in all honesty, I felt like I didn't know how to teach. I was really stressed out the first couple of months, but after the second or third month, I started to feel like, my plan was to only come to Korea for 1 year, but now I think I want to stay for 2. Even that early on, I felt so at home here in Bolsong that I wanted to stay. It goes without saying, my family can tell back home, my friends here can tell, my life in Korea has, hands down, probably been the happiest that I have ever been in my entire life. I will be completely honest with you guys. Choosing to leave Bolsong is one of the hardest decisions I have ever had to make. I think it's even harder than the decision I made to come abroad, but here I'm really happy, and I feel like Bolsong is my home. You don't really think about what makes something home and what doesn't. Some people, they move out of their home country and they always feel like their home country is home. They never feel like their new country is home. Some people even change cities and they don't feel like their new city in their native country is home. But for me, I think what makes something home are people. Here in Bolsong, I have met so many kind and amazing people, from all of my students to all of my coworkers, my neighbors in my apartment complex who say hi to me every morning and whose little kids hold the elevator for me, to the people who work in the small town stores and shops who remember me when I come in to order something from their restaurant or buy something from their store. I feel like when I talk to other foreigners in Korea, I realize that I have had a very unique and special experience, and that is 100% because of you guys. Obviously not just my students, everyone in town as well, but especially my students. I was so scared to teach. I felt like I would let you down, like I would be a disappointment, that I wouldn't be good at teaching, and I would have no idea what to do in my class, and it would be boring and awkward and not fun for you guys as my students. I hope, if anything, you can take away from my class is not so much English lessons, because you have your regular English lessons with your Korean teacher all throughout your life as you study English. And I'm sure, as you've learned, the English that I have taught you is very different from the English in your textbooks. That's because the English that I teach to you guys isn't just about studying a language to get a high test score. It's about understanding another culture, understanding another language, and it's about trying to understand and relate to other people who have a completely different culture and life and family from your own. And I think that's really important in becoming a good person and developing an open mind. So even if you feel like you can't speak much English, or my class was really hard, or you couldn't understand anything that I was saying, I do hope that you at least had a good experience getting to meet a foreigner and talk to a foreigner and see how we're different, and understand that even though we are different, we have a lot of things in common too. And just because we're different doesn't mean that we can't be friends or love each other or care about each other. So I'm already having a really hard time talking through this video. Fortunately for me, I get to edit it and I can cut out all the parts that I don't want you to see. But before I get too much more upset and sad and sappy about saying goodbye, there are 5 pieces of advice that I really want to give you guys, because I think that they're really important. And it goes beyond just being in a classroom and being a student. It's something that I hope you can apply it to your everyday lives, because these are things that I have discovered led to me being a much happier person. So number one, don't be afraid to speak up or go against the crowd or say something different from what everyone else is saying. I know in Korea, this is extra hard. It's even hard for me as a foreigner who comes from a more independent Western culture. But in your heart, if you feel like something is not right or there maybe is a better way, speak up. Say it. Don't be afraid to express your opinion. Now, you have to be smart. Not every situation you can just say what you think and not care about anybody's feelings, or you might get yourself in trouble. But there are a lot of times in my life where I had friends and family pressuring me to do something that in my heart I didn't want to do. And it actually made me waste my time doing things that I didn't believe in or I didn't want to be doing. And a lot of times, these are small things. They're not big important things that someone's pressuring you to do that you hate. It's the small things that you go along with in life that you don't really think about, that all of a sudden they start to add up and you realize you're not really happy with the life that you're living. Alright, number two, you need to be able to take chances and take risks in life. Nothing is ever going to just be handed to you and be made easy. And when you see someone else that you think, wow, his life is so amazing, wow, she's so cool, that person didn't get there because somebody else made everybody think that they're cool or think that they're awesome. You will always miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. And what that means is if you don't try, you can never fail, but you can also never succeed. So don't be afraid to talk to that foreigner. Don't be afraid to ask out that girl that you like. Hey, if you're a girl, don't be afraid to be the first one to ask out a boy. There are so many situations in life where if you're afraid, you'll miss out on that chance. Remember, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Number three, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are how you learn. You need to find out answers in life for yourself. You can't just believe everything that everybody tells you and say, okay, great, that's it. You need to make mistakes and learn on your own. Discover things for yourself. I've said that to all of you from day one in English class. Yes, maybe you will sound stupid when you speak English, but guess what? I sound stupid when I speak Korean, and when I speak French, and when I speak Chinese, and when I try to speak Spanish, Japanese, and any other language that I've never learned or I don't really know. You can never be perfect, and that's okay. So don't be afraid to make those mistakes. Laugh at yourself. If you say something silly or you do something stupid, the only person who makes yourself get embarrassed is you. If you can laugh at it and you don't think it's a big deal, guess what? It's not. Learn from that mistake and then do it better next time. And number four, surround yourself with people who like you for who you really are. When you act a way that isn't 100% who you are, or you say things that don't really reflect how you feel inside, when people like you because of that, they don't like you. They like that person, and that person isn't real. It's the same with your job and the degree that you choose. Don't be something you're not. Don't force yourself to do something that you hate doing every single day just for the money or just because it impresses other people. You are the one living your life. You have to make choices that make you happy. And the number one thing that I want to say that I think is really important, especially for Korean students, don't let a piece of paper define who you are. You are more than a test score. You are more than a resume. You are more than a degree. Don't let somebody tell you who you are because of some document. When I was in high school, my grades were really low, but when I wrote to universities, I wrote essays that explained my passion, and that's what got me in. My degree says I should be a fashion designer. I said, screw it, I'm gonna pursue something else because I think that's fun and interesting. Many times in Korea, your test scores determine your future. They determine the rest of your life, and it puts so much stress and pressure and craziness onto you guys that you have no time to just live your lives and think about what you really want and to be yourselves. And I know that because you are Korean and you live in Korea, there are certain paths you have to take and steps you have to follow. But remember that. Remember who you are and ask yourself, is this what I want? Is this who I am? And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. So you never know where life is going to lead you. And I can't express how happy I am and how grateful I am that my life has led me to meeting you guys and being a part of your lives. It's hard for me to explain the feeling I have when I think about you guys as my students. A lot of the times I refer to you as my kids. I don't feel like your mom, I don't feel like your sister, but at the same time there's something that's very close and kind of a family-like feeling that I have, which sounds silly and crazy because we don't even speak the same languages and we're not from the same countries and we don't have the same culture. At the same time, you guys have become a really big and important part of my life, and I'm really heartbroken and I'm really sad to be leaving you guys. When I was a student, I always used to think, like, oh, my teachers don't care about me. I'm one student that they have out of hundreds. Even on days when your teachers seem angry at you or annoyed with you or upset with you, at the end of the day, we love and care about you guys so much. It's hard to say that to students who they're not like your family. Like, maybe that's kind of weird. I don't know. Sorry if it is. But please don't ever feel like you think you don't matter to your teacher, because I can tell you right now, you absolutely do, and I am not the only teacher that feels this way. But please know that I do think about you, and I love all you guys so much, and I'm gonna miss you immensely when I move. And I hope that you guys take risks in life. Get out there, explore, go to another country, talk to that foreigner in English. Don't be afraid to live your life. Don't just sit with your nose in a textbook your entire life, never experiencing anything, reading what everyone else tells you is out there. Go see it for yourself. Alright, this video's gone on long enough and I've already been like crying upset and I'm done. So I love you guys. I will miss you. If you come to Seoul, contact me. I will accept your Facebook friend request if you have Facebook. I also have Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. I'm always happy to hear from you. Please keep in touch with me. If you need help with English, you can always ask me to. That's okay. You can follow my other YouTube videos. Please feel free to share this video. Just because you get to watch it in class doesn't mean that my other students get to see it. So I'll put it on Facebook and YouTube as well. Send it to other friends that you know who have been in my class so they can see my goodbyes, because I miss them too. So even though it feels like I'm leaving, you never know what to expect in life, and you never know if we might see each other again. So I'd be happy to meet all of you in the future, anytime. Alright, love you guys. Bye.